Hi Virgo. I'm going to be doing a self-love tarot spread. These are general readings, so if it doesn't resonate with you this time, I want to do these weekly, so if you come back next week, you might catch something that's more your speed. If you'd like a free self-love reading from me, my email address is going to be in the box below. These are self-love readings. They shouldn't incorporate other people, but if they do, I'll read for that. These are really for the person who's watching to illuminate areas of your life where you might not be showing yourself as much love as you could. Self-love reading, yeah. They might not be good for the cross-watcher, okay? So let's get started. I'm going to do a 6-card spread, and I'm going to be using the Sun and Moon Tarot deck for that. I shuffled a little bit off screen, so I probably only do like one more of these. And then I will be using the Shamanic Healing Oracle cards to clarify. If you haven't seen these cards yet, don't worry about it. I will show each one of them to you as they come, but they are beautiful. So let's get started. We have, in our first position, this is a card about how you feel about yourself. Our second one is going to be something you need to prioritize. These could be feelings, these could be situations, something in your life that needs more of your focus right now. And in the third position, this is going to be areas where you might not feel like you're giving to yourself fully, okay? In the fourth position, this is going to be ways that you can allow yourself to live a more authentic life. Parts of yourself that you can show or let out that will allow you to be more complete or more completely yourself. You know what I mean? Because like we have parts of ourselves we hide from other people, or parts of ourselves that we don't share with others or let out of ourselves. But if we did, we'd be happier and more ourselves, more authentically ourselves. Number 5 is going to be something you have to let go of. Pretty standard, pretty basic. Number 6 is going to be something you need to acknowledge. Maybe there's something that you are aware of, but only like a little bit of on the outside. And then our 7th is going to be a message from Spirit. So, in our first position, how you feel about yourself, the 3 of Pentacles. Actually, this is really good. It's a low number, but here we see that 3 of Pentacles. Virgo, you're like a work in progress, aren't you? It says works at the top. Or Virgo, you're working a lot. That doesn't sound like a Virgo, does it? It does. I'm being sarcastic. Or my version is sarcastic, which is usually not funny. Sorry. So it says here that Virgo, you are either a work in progress or you are working on progress, which is great. I like that. The 3 of Pentacles in the traditional tarot deck signifies this cooperation, working with other people, building a strong foundation. But here we only see yourself kind of screwing around. No, not really, not really. I mean, like, well, you are spray painting a wall. So a little bit screwing around. But I don't know very many Virgos who would just screw around when there's work to be done. Do you? No, not me. Okay, so in this second position, something you need to prioritize. Now, I don't usually read reversals, but this one came out in the reverse, so let's look into it and see what happens, because I might leave it that way. Virgo, and in the situation or something that you might need to prioritize more in your own life is the High Priestess, but she's in reverse. I'll show you her upright too. She's really pretty. And the High Priestess, to me, signifies intuition. This signifies to me your connection with the spiritual world, your connection with your own emotions. She's got the water just flowing all around by her feet, right? And I mean, look at her. She a baddie. She knows. She's like, you stay up. This is my area. I am in charge here. But she came out in the reverse. So maybe, Virgo, right now you're feeling like you aren't really that in charge of your intuition. Maybe something that you need to prioritize are your own intuitive feelings, you know. It's really easy to lead with our head all the time, right? That's our brain. It's a part of our nervous center, right? It controls how we feel and the way we react to things. But you know that we have another brain? It's literally in our gut. Our gut bacteria, it will tell us how we're feeling about things when we get anxiety and our tummy starts to hurt. That's your nervous system telling you, Virgo, we're anxious. So while it's important to listen to your brain, there are always parts of your body that can tell you how you feel. Maybe right now, Virgo, you're thinking more with your Virgo brain and less with your intuition. So I might just actually leave that one in the reverse because it could be an area of focus. You might not feel, an area where you might not feel like you're giving yourself 100%, or something that you need to focus on would be this Eight of Swords. Now, traditionally, she's bound herself, but here she looks more like a puppet. And at the top it says interference. Is someone interfering with you, Virgo? Do you feel like there's outside issues? I mean, I say someone just because of the strings, right? Or maybe you feel like the universe is puppet. I have known Virgos that don't like the idea of being told what to do, ever, even by the universe, because they're gonna do what they want all the time. So maybe Virgo, right now you feel like you're working on something, maybe, hopefully, to let your intuition out, but you feel that there's interference somehow. And maybe you feel like you acknowledge the interference, you realize that it's there, but maybe it's just not a priority for you right now. Maybe you just think, oh, I'll work on myself and then deal with that when I can, but maybe this is a twofold situation. In the fourth position, ways that you can show yourself more authenticity, ways that you could allow more parts of yourself out for the world to see, because I never met a Virgo that isn't beautiful. On the outside already, on the inside, what they usually have a hard time with is letting that inside out, right? It's only us who want to see how beautiful a Virgo is on the inside, that actually put the patience and the time and the effort in to see it, because y'all don't let that out on its own very much. In an area where you might want to show yourself more authenticity is this Empress. The Empress in the tarot deck represents the divine feminine. Look at her. This is Gaia. This is the mother of Earth, Mother Nature. She's spread about all this abundance. She's sitting on her moon to indicate cycles. She's pregnant herself. She has the fleur-de-lis all over her skirt. And she always signifies to me all the feminine traits. Nurturing, caring, nesting, right? Like building a place for your family. She's always represented to me taking love from the inside and putting it out into the world. So maybe an area where you need to allow yourself to be more yourself is by letting that nurturing energy that we all know you have out. Virgos are gorgeous. Let's see, something you need to let go of. Yeah. Okay. So, something you need to let go of, Virgo, is this Judgment card. Now, traditionally, the Judgment is your higher self speaking down to the zombie that you used to be, right? Well, the zombies in the card. And I say zombies, I use that word loosely. These are people who are alive, but they are not living to their purpose, so they are just automatons. They're just going through motions, right? Lots of people live like that. I don't think this is what it's telling me right now. I don't think that what it's saying is you have to let go of this higher calling. I think that what you have to let go of is this judgment, that others are going to judge you, or your judgment of yourself, because I know that a Virgo is their own worst critic. Something you need to acknowledge: the sun, passion, excitement for life, energy. Pardon me. But if you were just a little workaholic, Virgo, if you're just constantly at work, if you're just constantly working, like a busy little bee, you need to acknowledge that there are more aspects of life than just work, honey. Get out, see the day, play in the sun, not the rain. Go out and have yourself some excitement. Virgos deserve it. If you have someone to run through a field of sunflowers with, I suggest you find them and do it. Because Spirit wants you to know the clarity is coming. Ideas, Spirit is going to bring you clarity, ideas, maybe some movement. Okay. This could be something that helps you deal with that interference. I don't get a strong story here yet, so we're going to go ahead and start clarifying just so that we can get everything out. And at the end, I'll kind of do like a recap to see what it is I see. I'm going to be using the Shamanic Healing Oracle cards to clarify. They're gorgeous. I will show you them as we go. I don't like to shuffle them because I don't want them to bend. They're so pretty. Okay, Virgo, let's see. 3 of Pentacles. How are you feeling right now? So maybe this is something that you're working on because it says here healing energy. Can you see that? That handprint in the middle. If you're really working on this 3 of Pentacles, this foundation, this says letting go. Maybe you're working on healing and letting go of something. Something that has maybe blocked your intuition. Maybe something, sometimes this happens where we think that we're right about something, or we think that we know how something will work out, right? Maybe our gut tells us like, oh, this is going to be really, really bad, or oh, this is going to be so great. And then it doesn't work out the way that we want it to, or the way that we envision it. It's an expectation violation. It's like a psychology theory, but this idea that can have like devastating effects on us. Like it really can. It can really like maybe block our intuition. It can really make us feel like we don't know what we think we know, which causes anxiety and self-doubt. So maybe there's something that you're working on healing, and in order to heal it, you have to let it go of it to embrace this intuition. This sense of intuition. I know that Virgos have really good intuition. You guys are mutable signs. Maybe something's blocking that. Maybe that's what that interference is. And you have to focus on that interference and get rid of that first. Movement to balance. I like this a lot. Because Virgo, we're not just our thoughts, right? We're our feelings too. Now, Virgo and Pisces are really on the opposite ends of the spectrum. I cannot focus on mundane shit to save my life. I need your grounded energy. I really do. Because I will think about all the future and, you know, fantasies. And if you want good ideas on things we can do together, come to me. But if you want them to actually get done, I'll come to you, right? Because we're balanced. So movement into balance makes me really happy because, Virgo, I don't want you to stay stuck in just your brain forever. There's emotions here. So we see this clear, calm night and then this transition into rain. And I say this all the time, but you have to take the good with the bad. What does rain bring? Life. It brings vibrance, it brings green, it brings lusciousness. We need that rain. In every life, a little rain must fall. Is that from the crow? Or does the crow say it can't rain all the time? Either way, it's true. Either way, it can't rain all the time. It has to be sunny sometimes, and it has to rain. That's a balance, movement into balance, okay? Living in your head, but also honoring your intuition, that's balance. I don't know if that's balance. I don't think that's a balanced thing, but and slow but steady. This is going to be hard for some Virgos. Coming out of their head, moving through those emotions like a slow little turtle. But look, his shell indicates cycles, right? We're always going to have to be moving forward. I'm really sorry if you come over one hump and think, okay, well, I've done it. I've done all my work. No, that was probably just the first speed bump. Ascension or leveling up is really difficult, and it's an ongoing process that almost never stops. But that's what self-love is about. Life changes always, and we have to change with life. If we don't change, then we're stuck and we're holding ourselves back. And holding yourself back is not a form of self-love. Integrating thoughts and feelings, moving into balance, that's the way we keep moving forward. So with this 8 of Swords, again, I told you in the traditional tarot, right? She's holding herself back. She's not chained up or anything. She just has that blindfold over her eyes. But in this one, she is being held back by something else. It's something outside of her. And I think you're aware of this, Virgo. I really do, because look, there's anger here. Oh, anger's an emotion. You can feel that. Go ahead and feel that. Be careful how you let it out, but feel it. Feel it. It might be vibrating down inside your tummy. Oh, I know something's not right. Could be buzzing around in your brain at night. Oh, I know I don't like something. I mean, you are fully aware of this interference. So what are you going to do about it? Hopefully move away from it. Hopefully move into balance. Hopefully let go of it. What is this you have to get rid of, Virgo? Something's got to go. This interference is blocking your abundance. I don't know if you can see that. There's some interference here. It could be you. I mean, it could, because the swords, the 8 of swords represent like thoughts and ideas, right? So it could be that you were getting in your own way, but I don't necessarily feel like that. I mean, it could be you, honestly. I mean, we all are in charge of ourselves, but I really feel because of these strings, she looks like a puppet. She looks like a marionette. She can't move herself. Something else is holding her back, and it makes her angry. She needs to embrace her intuition. She obviously knows, the person in the cards obviously knows that there's something that's wrong, right? She's working on something. Something is getting in her way, but she's missing that intuition to tell her what it is. She doesn't come into contact with whatever emotion it is that she realizes. She realizes there's something, right? She can feel the strings. She knows something's blocking her. Something's in her way, but she's not in her intuition enough to know what it is. But she knows it makes her mad. She knows she needs to let it go, and she knows she needs to heal, because those have already come up. Okay. So embracing this Empress, parts of yourself that you need to let out to feel more authentic, is this Empress. This nurturing energy, this loving energy. The truth. Virgo, what is this? Something is getting to you. In America, we always think of the bald eagle as a symbol of freedom, not just truth. And here we have that interference. Something is holding you back. Something is literally like tied you to it. You are bound to something outside of yourself. And your intuition and the truth is going to lead you to this freedom, this healing, this letting go. This nurturing energy. Maybe just nurturing yourself. Sometimes, things can drain us, and those cords are one of those things. Something can literally be draining you, and you need to feed yourself. You can't pour from an empty cup, right? Past, present, and future. We all know about trauma, right? When we grow up, things happen to us. It could just literally be anything, honestly. Almost what isn't trauma, right, nowadays? But we grow up and we accept certain things to be true. And then we get older and we realize those things are not true. So growing up, I always thought that my mother was the smartest person on the planet. She always knew where I was. She always knew what I was doing. And she always knew when I lied. And I was just like, how are you so smart? But then I got to middle school, and I had math homework, and I realized, okay, there's lots of things that she can't do. And then I got even older and realized there's lots of things that she doesn't know. So we grow up thinking one thing, and we get to this point in our lives where we have to make a decision to move away from what we knew, because it's not actually the truth anymore. And so I feel like there is truth trying to come through to you. But because you're not listening to your intuition, maybe instead you're staying up at night and you can't sleep. Or maybe you have sleep anxiety because you have bad dreams and you don't want to have to dream about bad things, so you try to put it off as long as you can. But that's literally your intuition telling your body, hey, something is wrong. We know what's wrong. There is this interference coming to us. Somebody's trying to control us. What should we do about it? Virgo, you're going to have to put in the work. You're going to have to separate yourself from whatever this is. Because when you live a life that's not yours, a life that's others, somebody else is controlling, you're never going to be able to be happy. We have to live our own lives. That's why we are ourselves. There's billion people on the planet, but we all have our own brains, our own eyes, and our own feelings. It's because we are made to be separate. We are made to be in a group, definitely. We're social creatures, but we are made to be separate, to feel our own feelings, to be in control of ourselves. And Virgo, here it shows me that that's not the case, that you're not in control of yourself right now, that something else you really truly believe, the universe is telling me right now, is holding you back. So that could be truth. It could be something, a foundation that you've built that needs to be changed. A difference in perception. Moving away from judgment, feeling like maybe if you cut cords or whatever these ties are that are binding you, that you will be judged, right? Because we need to let go of this judgment, this fear of judgment. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. So this judgment is going to be about perceptions. Like we were just saying, it's our perception of the past, the present, and the way that the future should be. Okay? And this is going to involve some kind of forgiveness. Night and day. I don't necessarily know if, I don't really feel like the forgiveness that you have to give out, Virgo, is to someone else. All the people in these cards are alone. It's just them. Well, up until this judgment. I really feel like, Virgo, maybe the person that you have to forgive is yourself. That's really hard. That's like one of the hardest things. Like you can just say, oh, I forgive myself. But deep down, we're always going to know. We're always going to know what we did. The ways we betrayed ourselves. The ways that we maybe let ourselves down. Or denied what we needed. In an effort to help. Or to spare. Or, I don't know, hide maybe. Sometimes we hide. I hide sometimes. Maybe we feel like there's something we've done wrong, right? Because we learned the wrong way. We learned that we bottle up our feelings. We learned that we don't make a big deal about stuff. And we learn to just go with whatever is coming. But that's an inauthentic life. That's just letting life happen to you. That's those automatons that the judgment card originally is talking to. The judgment is yelling down, live your purpose. Some people are just like, oh, but I have all these strings attached to me. I'm just a marionette. What can I do? That's not true. We aren't marionettes. We are our own people. And no one is more hardworking than a Virgo. Maybe a Taurus or a Capricorn. Or maybe just like probably equally, right? Equally hard workers. But there is something here that you're blocking. It's a difference in perception. It could be built over time. And if you can get rid of it, if you can acknowledge the fact that there can be a new beginning, you're going to help yourself acknowledge love for yourself. If you are trapping yourself in a place where you don't belong, how much love are you showing yourself? Growth, right? We can only grow when we let go of things. We can't hold on to anything that will hold us back. And we can't allow other people to hold us back either. Divine timing. This movement to balance is coming for you, Virgo. Divine timing. No one ever wants to hear about that, but I feel like there is something holding you back, but that you're going to take care of that. You will deal with it. I feel like you're slowly but steadily moving more into this intuitive feeling kind of energy, and that's going to help you see those cords that you need to untie, because right now they're just dangling from the sky. It could be that they're not in your head, but that you can't see them. I'm trying to make some kind of comparison here. So like, let's say your intuition is your ability to see what's not actually in front of you, and those cords are not actually in front of you, right? You can't actually see them hanging down from the sky, but you can feel them. And that feeling of them is that inkling of your intuition. It's starting to tell you, hey, I might not be in control of myself. This truth is coming. This clarity is coming in divine timing. This is your spirit message. Spirit is telling you that in divine timing, clarity is coming. You're going to see those chords. You're going to know what else you're connected to. And you're going to have to make a decision about where you want to cut them. Because you can't move forward being trapped, being chained to something else. How about that? How about that, Virgo? New beginnings, but look at those emotions. They had to flow first. Okay? Well, that makes sense. It's a struggle, and you're probably making it harder for yourself than it needs to be, but at least you're coming into the understanding. Okay? So, Virgo, what I had for you is that you are in a position right now, or you're coming into a position, or you're coming out of a position where you've really been working on yourself, like really working on healing yourself from whatever this past, present, future energy is. It could be traumas, it could just be, negative environments, but you're healing yourself from something that's holding you back. You might not be aware of what those things are right now, but you do feel like there needs to be work done, or work needs to be done. Maybe you can't see where that work needs to be done now, but truth and clarity is coming to you in divine timing, okay? It's coming. So don't worry, Virgo. I don't want you to worry, because it's bringing with it that new beginning. This little butterfly right here, this cutie patootie, that's going to be you, Virgo. You're going to be a cute little butterfly. I love you. I really hope that you're okay right now, because I know that you will be okay. This looks really great, and I'm super proud of you, and connect with inside, okay? Have a good day.